Hi guys, this is Sai from NEXSAI community. Today let's build a website using Google Antigravity and Stitch. So this is the overview of the Antigravity application. You can check out this website antigravity.google. So Google released Antigravity in 3 applications: IDE, CLI and Antigravity 2.0. So in this video we are going to use Antigravity 2.0. So in this workflow we have major 5 steps. So firstly, we need to download Antigravity and we need to set up Stitch and generate API key, and we need to connect the API key in Antigravity and create screens using Stitch, and we need to create the app. So first download the Antigravity. So it's available in Mac, Windows and Linux. Okay. After downloading, open Antigravity and sign in with your Gmail account. Okay, our first step has been completed. So let's mark the first step as completed. Yeah, now we need to set up the Google Stitch and generate API key in Stitch. So open this website stitch.withgoogle.com. So this is the UI of the Stitch application, and this is the model selector, and this is the theme selector. You can select the custom themes and you can prompt with mic. So these are the some of inspirations given by Google. You can just simply prompt here, and let's go to settings. In settings, let's create an API key which is free. Yeah, it's generated. Let's copy it. Okay, now our second step has been completed. So let's mark it as complete. Now we need to connect the Stitch API key in Antigravity. Open Antigravity, create a new project. Let's name it as AI Startup Validator. Yeah, now let's select the folder. Next. So it has 3 modes: default, full machine, turbo. In default, the terminal commands, the AI asks a review for us, and in turbo mode, no review. It proceeds. So let's open settings. Here's customizations. Here's the model list, Gemini models, Claude and GPT models and their usage. And here's the themes, and you can see it projects here, and you can see browser customizations. In customizations, there is an option called MCP. Click on add and type Stitch. Click on add, paste API key here, and click on install. Install it can take a while. Let's wait. Yeah. Now the third step is completed. We have connected API key in Antigravity. Now let's create screens. I'm using Claude for generating a prompt in Google Stitch. So here's the prompt. You can simply copy paste here. Yeah, now Claude started to generate the prompt. Yeah, the prompt has been generated. Let's copy it and select the web. If you are developing an application, you can simply click on app. So in my website, I'm going to use API key, Gemini API Key. So for it, Gemini API Key uses 3.5 flash. These old models are deprecated. So I'm gonna show how to create a Gemini API Key in a while. So let's generate the screens first. Yeah. Okay. Now the third step has been completed. Now we need to create the app using the Google Stitch screens. Okay. Now it's generating. So let's create a Gemini API key first. So go to aistudio.google and click on create key and click on project and name your project. I named it as Gemini project, and go to the Gemini project and click on create API key so that your Gemini API key will be created. Yeah, it has been created. Let's copy it. So this is the Gemini API key we are going to use in this website. Yeah, it's generating. Generating can take a while, nearly 2 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on your network speed. Yeah, now the final screens has been generated. It generated a theme palette, dashboard, and new validation screen, and validation report, settings, and validation history. Yeah, the screens look good, and we can prompt if we need an additional screen. Let's say create a public landing page for this application. Yeah, it has been creating now. So in this manner you can create additional screens too. Let's give a prompt. After generating screens, we need to develop an application. So I have given a prompt to Claude. Yeah, now the landing page has been created successfully. There are some theming issues. Okay, no problem. So this is the project ID. Copy it, and yeah, the cloud has been generating the prompt. Yeah, the prompt has been successfully generated. Let's copy it, paste it in the anti-gravity. You need to mention your project ID here. So this is a Google Stitch. I made a mistake here. And the app must live in one index.html file with all CSS. So we are going to generate an one index.html file. Okay, let's send it. And this is the overview of the anti-gravity application. And in the right side, you can get an overview, what files has been changed, any artifacts generated, background tags. Okay, the implementation plan has been generated. It's saying single page application index.html and automated tests. Yeah, the implementation plan looks solid. Okay, proceed implement the exact replica of Google Stitch screens with my project ID. Paste your project ID. Yeah, it's began to look at the Google Stitch screens. So it's fetching the details, download URL. Yeah, oh, the index.html has been successfully created with 2000 lines of code. Yeah, it's given a walkthrough, means how to proceed with the application. Yeah, the walkthrough looks solid. So let's open the index.html. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a mock data. Okay, let's go to settings first and paste our Gemini API key. You paste your key and click on save key. Yeah, the API key has been connected successfully, and notification about history page, new validation. So I have entered my startup idea here. So let's check how it works. So it has been shown target audience, proposed solution, and business model stage. Okay, validate my idea. So it sends to Gemini and get the results. So it rated the idea about 72 and given a strengths, red flags and risk, and given a recommendations and competitor landscape, a degrade work era glowed, and it mentioned a privacy a major concern, which is good, and investor readiness. Yeah, the overall app looks solid. And okay, let's check the history first. Yeah, the history also saved. Nice. And okay, there is an option called export as PDF. Oh, we can export it as a PDF too. And oh, you can see a theming issue here. Competitor landscape. Okay, that is fixable. You can give a prompt to Gemini again. Okay. The final task has been completed. Overall, this is the workflow of the Google Antigravity and Google Stitch. In this video, you learned how to create a front end using AI and how to create a back end using AI. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment your opinion in the comment box. So thank you and keep rocking.